Welcome back to Skyrim for Seniors. Here we are chopping wood again. That's where you left us. We were chopping wood when we left, and we're still chopping wood. And what's transpired in the middle is we continued to chop wood. And I actually chopped wood, I suppose you could say off screen, if you will, for perhaps an hour and 40 minutes, thereabouts, maybe a little more. And as you can see, we're actually at 1,000, which is where I wanted to be. But it's the time right now, game time, is early morning, a little after 5. It's about 5:30 in the morning, something like that. And so I thought what I'd do is just continue to chop until I hear the sawmill start up, which tells me that Lod is at work. And this gives me a cushion, gives me a little bit extra money, which I actually need. I actually need some money because I'm going to want to buy some iron ingots and some leather strips. We'll see why in a little bit. And plus this gives me a little time to talk to you about the way I play the game. Because I do play the game, well, I play it like an old guy. I play it like a senior citizen. And perhaps it's because I'm a senior citizen that I have 4 principles that I play the game by. These principles lead me to certain actions. It's just like in life. I mean, assuming you have principles, then those principles will lead you to the actions you take. Lack of good principles will lead you into making errors in judgment and lead you down bad paths. You'll wind up making mistakes, doing bad things, and when you do bad things, then bad things happen to you. And then you wind up saying things like, why did that, woe is me, somebody did something to me. No, nobody did anything to you, you did it to yourself. Just like a Jimmy Buffett song that starts out with him saying that, oh, woe is me, because there's a woman to blame. And if you listen to the song carefully, I think it has 4 verses, and if you listen to every verse, it slightly changes until by the end of the song, he says, it's my own damn fault. And that's the way it is. Pretty much everything is your own damn fault. So at any rate, my style of play is based on my philosophies of play. My first philosophy is don't die. I don't want to die. I set up the game. I play the game. My game set up, the way I play the game, everything is designed so I don't die. A perfect game for me is to play 900 hours and never die. Perfect. Second philosophy, I want to run every quest possible. I don't care how long it takes. I want to run every quest that is possible to run. Now, obviously, you can't run every quest. Because you run quest A, that means you can't run quest B. Running quest A precludes you from running quest B. It's part of the game. I understand that. I still want to run every quest possible to run. Principle 3, I want to collect every item possible. Every item that exists in the game, I want a copy of it. I want multiple copies if possible. On some of them, I want hundreds. And I'm talking there about ingredients. Alchemy ingredients, for example. Soul gems to fill so that I can do enchanting. You see, with the legendary part of this game, where you can, once you're at 100 on a skill level, let's take enchanting for example. Once I'm at 100, and let's say I legendary enchanting, it goes down to 15. Well, see, I want to have all the materials ready such that if I choose to, I can just go into my enchanting tower and go right from 15 back to 100 in one sitting. Now that takes about, if I remember correctly, about 250 to 300 soul gems, filled soul gems, and the same number of items to enchant, which is easy enough. You know, you just smith up enough daggers, and there you go. Which means collecting many, many copies. Copies is the wrong word to use. Oh my. You have to, some things you want hundreds, maybe even thousands of. Some things. For example, it takes close to 1,000 dwarven ingots, 700-800 I think, 900 dwarven ingots, to go to 100 in smithing, and that's what I use for smithing is dwarven ingots, because I make arrows. That's what I use for smithing. Okay, collect every item that possible. Number 4, perform every activity possible. What do I mean by an activity? Oh, things like smithing, for example. Smith up every item that's there. Cooking. I had some activities in the back of my mind earlier, and they flew away. How about escaping from all the jails? That's an activity. I had some other activities, and they flew away. I should have written them down when they occurred to me, but they flew right out of my mind. So there were 4 principles that I play by. Do not die. Run every quest possible, collect every item possible, and perform every activity possible. And activities refers to anything and everything that you can do in the game. I want to do it all. I want to see it all. Now, my overall style is deliberate and focused. I play slowly. I stay focused. I don't have any desire whatsoever to shorten the game. My typical game is anywhere from 500 to 900 hours long before I am. Usually I'm forced to give up because something goes wrong with the game. Because I've played on the Xbox up until now, up until about 8 or 9 months ago. And I switched to the PC simply because on the Xbox, when a quest would hang up and eventually cause the entire game to hang up, the only option was to simply quit the game and start a new one. And once you have 400 or 500 hours invested in the game, that truly hurts. So I decided to switch to the PC, even though it meant dealing with the evil Steam, and I do consider them evil. Ever since they came into existence, ever since they ruined my all-time favorite game, Civilization. I don't know why they got their hooks into Civ. Civ 4 was well-nigh a perfect game, and then somehow Steam got a hold of Civ 5, and as far as I'm concerned, they took a perfectly good world builder and ruined it. So that was the last time I had any dealings. It's the first time I had dealings with Steam, and the last time until 6 or 7 months ago. And it was simply because I was forced to it because of my love of Skyrim. I still think Steam is evil. I will always think it. But I do play on a PC. As you can see, I'm playing completely unmodded. Don't get me wrong, I think mods are good. I think mods are good for the industry. I think mods are good for the gaming industry. I think Bethesda is very smart to have encouraged modders the way they do. There's an awful lot of modders with poor taste, but that's what happens in a free society. Poor taste is generally endemic in a free society. That's the way it is. That's one of the prices we pay, and it's a small price to pay. I like modding. I think it should continue, and I applaud Bethesda for their support of the modding community. I do not choose to mod. I think it's a mistake. Many problems that people have with their games that they blame on their computers are not their computer's fault at all. It's the mod's fault. But that's neither here nor there. I choose not to use any mods. In fact, I don't even have the unofficial Skyrim patch installed. I don't see that it improves the game. I've looked at it carefully, and I don't see that it improves the game in any real way. So I don't have that installed either. I'm playing the latest. It's the legendary edition of the game that was put out by Bethesda a while back. It's the newest Bethesda edition. Oh, there goes the sawmill. I just heard it go off. So that's my signal to stop chopping and to go over and collect my gold and to begin the next phase of this particular segment. So let's go over here and see exactly how much gold we're going to collect. Okay, Laud.
Here for work. May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
I have firewood to sell, my friend.
Honest gold for honest work.
At upper left corner. 1134, 5,670. Okay.
Got business here in Riverwood, eh? There are worse villages.
Well, now that we've got a little bit of gold, let's go down here and let's rescue our iron and our leather. Let's go ahead and get this Imperial light armor because we're going to sell that. Everything here can stay.
Take whatever you need.
What have you got for sale, Alvor?
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Iron ingots. Let's do 15.
Aye.
All right, now let's look at 41. 7, 4, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now, if we look, we have 41 iron ingots and 40 leather strips. That's about as equal as it's going to get. Okay. So, what we're looking for now is Sven.
You look like a traveler. Someone that has seen faraway places and heard new stories.
You and Fendel both like the same girl?
Camilla Valerius knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood trader to speak with him when I'm
Yes,
around.
yes.
He's wasting his time.
Yes. Yes, two people spending time together never blossoms into a courtship. Sarcasm, sarcasm, dripping sarcasm.
Is that sarcasm?
Yes.
I've heard better wisecracks from Orgnar. Still, you have a point. Camilla letting Faendal visit her isn't a good thing for me. Here, let me give you a particularly venomous letter. Say it's from Faendal. That should get Camilla to stop inviting the elf over. I'd better get going.
Okay. Well, let's see what this letter says, at any rate. Dear Camilla, I know I have called upon you at your house many times, and while we may be growing close, I need you to put any desires you may have for me aside. I am a true-born son of Valenwood, and I could never befoul my bloodline by courting a lowly Imperial. He didn't say lowly, I know. I hope we can remain true friends, provided you understand your people's place in the Almeri Dominion, which is as slaves, and respect me as such. Sincerely, Fendel. Okay. Well, Sven's a little smarter than I thought he was. That's actually a fairly clever letter. Because he's counting on the typical reaction to elves. Okay. So, Camilla Valerius?
Maybe you could
there
talk.
you are.
You're not from around here. That makes two of us.
Sven wanted to trick you into believing this letter was from Fendel.
What are you talking about? What's in the letter? Oh my. He wanted me to think Faendal wrote this? Thank you for telling me the truth. Could you talk to Faendal as well? I'm sure he'll want to thank you for standing up for him. Until next time.
Okay. Now, oh, you know, that's a little silly, isn't it?
There's beauty here, unmatched in all of Skyrim.
I don't think Camilla will be spending any more time with Sven.
I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
Okay. Now, Fendel is now my friend, and he will be my follower.
Lead the way.
Okay. Now, Fendel is also a trainer in archery.
I'm right behind you. I'll show you what I know.
He's a low-level trainer. There's 3 levels of trainers, and he's the lowest level. And he can only train me to 50. But that's excellent, as it is. Now, being as he is a follower,
What do you want me to carry?
I can ask him to carry things, but I can also take things from him, so I will take my gold back.
Lead on.
Now, I need to do what they call level up. I really don't like that phrase. If you level something, it means you smooth it out, which means you take the ridges and smush them down and make something smooth. Now, how you take something smooth and go up with it, that's just pathetic. I know what they're doing. They're saying that you want to increase your level. But it's a terrible phrase.
Still here.
From an English standpoint. And yes, I know.
I'll show you what I know.
That makes me a pedant. I'm aware of that. perhaps also makes me a pettifogger. I'm aware of that too. I like both of those words, by the way. I like both pedant and pettifogger.
What do you want me to carry?
And I think they're accurate.
You lead?
But I also object greatly to what
Follow.
people are subjecting
got
the
your back.
English language to lately.
I'll show you what I know.
They treat it as though the meaning of words are just sort of suggestions. Which, of course, is what Humpty Dumpty said. You know, Humpty Dumpty said that words mean what I say they mean, nothing more, nothing less. And Alice was a little
What do you want me to
confused by
carry?
that. She suggested that that was expecting a little too much from a word.
Let's get going then.
And Humpty replied, no, not at all. That's just a matter of who's in charge.
I'm right behind you. I'll show you what I know.
But personally, I think that the word should be in charge. And I think that people shouldn't just willy-nilly decide that they would like to change the meanings of words.
What do you want me to carry? You lead, I'll follow.
I think we've gotten too much carried away by someone has told people that English is a living language. And they've taken a little bit too much to heart.
I'll show you what I know.
And decided that that means that words can mean whatever they say they mean. So they've become just like Humpty Dumpty. But I hope you realize that in Lewis Carroll's story, that Alice was the voice of reason. Oh my.
I'll show you what I know.
Five of five. Okay, we did train 5 of 5. Okay. What we didn't do was go up a level.
Going then. Still here. What do you want me to carry? Lead on.
Now this is where the iron ingots and the leather strips comes in.
We're a small village,
we're
but we
gonna
work
use
hard
those.
and take care of our own.
Take what you need, my friend.
And
Within reason. of
smithing.
course.
We're gonna make iron daggers. That will enable us
I've got your back. I'll show you what I know.
Oh, that's close.
What do you want me to carry?
Your gold. Oh, and I want your hunting bow too, by the way. Thank
Let's
you.
get going then.
Okay. All right, let's come over here. And iron dagger.
I've got your back. I'll show you what I know.
Ah. We have to do this first, don't we?
Going then. I'll show you what I know.
And there we go to level 50.
What do you want me to carry?
And let's get my money back. And it's time for us to part ways.
I'll head back home if you need me.
Okay. Thank you, Fendel. You have helped me tremendously. And now we're at level 8.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason, of course.
And here we can put our iron ingots, our leather, and our leather strips, and they will be safe there. And we can come back over here and
Whatever you need. Buy Ysmir if it's sick. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
and we can sell the longbow, and we can sell these 11 daggers, and we can sell this Imperial light armor.
Aye.
Now what do we need to improve? We need leather strips. Okay.
You looking for a new blade?
Watch my smithing go to town here. Watch me. I'm gonna take this hunting bow and just improve it. Improve it. Watch this. Look at that. Go all the way from a 9 to a 10. Is that just magnificent or what? Alright, now a carry weight is 30. 30 of 300.
Leave that fancy elven stuff to that.
And pushed the wrong button there, didn't I? Alright, hunting bow. And leather helmet. Okay.
Iron and steel is what you need. Leave
There
that
we are.
fancy elven
We're all set
stuff
up.
to the elves.
And Fendel, I really appreciate all your help, son. I really do. And now we're ready to go to Falkreath. And I suppose I can tell you the plan. Now we got a little time because walking to Falkreath will take us a while. And I can tell you my plan. And the plan is, well, it's different than it used to be. I just don't suppose that matters to you that much. But, and it's shaped by the existence of a download called Dawnguard. The Dawnguard download introduced vampires into the game in a big way. They were already in the game. They existed. But what the Dawnguard download did was create these what are called random vampire attacks. Now, they're hardly random. They're not random at all. There's another use of a word that's barely appropriate, because they're triggered by you, in this case me, they're triggered by me entering a place. And the bigger the town or city that you enter, my experience is that the more the odds are that you will trigger a vampire attack, and the bigger the vampire attack, meaning the more vast master vampires and the more hellhounds or death hounds, whatever the heck they're called, those big black dogs that are frost. They bite. They have frost in their bite. Whoops! Get out of here before those guys decide to come get me. Well, I think they already saw me. I think that was an arrow coming my way. Okay, let me avoid this guy. He's a bard. He's going to want to sing a song if I'm not careful. At any rate, the Dawn Guard expansion created these things called random vampire attacks. And what triggers them is you entering towns. The bigger the town, the more often the random attack is triggered, and the bigger the attack. And what they do is they kill people. They kill actual citizens. And they can kill people that you would like to keep. For example, Adrian, who is a Thank you, Sir Fox. Wolf, excuse me. I will use your pelt well. I need lots and lots of leather, and I will use your as another. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, a deer. Doesn't. Oh, it's an elk. This is an elk. An elk with a deer hide. Okay. Very well. So as a result, what I'm doing is I'm playing the game such as I don't enter any major city, and because of this Dawn Guard download, I have the overriding goal early in the game, as early as possible, to kill the lead vampire. His name is Harkon. Now, it's going to take quite a while to get there. There's a lot of things we have to do before we can kill Harkon, but we're going to go as straight as humanly possible to kill Harkon. And that also means, though, that we're going to stay the heck out of the major cities, because the carnage is just too great. You risk killing people that I don't want to kill. And so, and the only way to prevent it is simply to not enter the city. And so, this is what I do. I'm going to go straight as possible to kill Harkon. Now, it's not particularly easy at this level, but I won't be at this level by the time I get there, because I'll do a lot of sneaking and a lot of archery, and I'll have upped my level a goodly amount by the time I actually get to the battle with Harkon. But that's the plan. Now, first of all, I need a place, I need a home base. That's the first step in the plan, is to have a home base. I need a house. And once you get to level 8, you can purchase land in Falkreath. The Jarl will offer it to you. All you have to do is do a couple quests for him, and he will offer you land. Now, we've circled around Falkreath. Falkreath is off over here. We We were south of Falkreath on that road we were just on. Then we went past Falkreath. We turned north, or actually south. We were north and we turned south. And now we've turned back east. And there's Falkreath. We've circled around Falkreath, made a big circle around Falkreath. And it's 2 in the afternoon. So the Jarl is in. So we can go ahead and visit the Jarl and find out what he's going to require us to do. Because we're going to have to do 2 things for the Jarl.
This crazy old woman. Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
Now, I understand that that sweet roll business has got to do with the earlier Elder Scrolls. I'm not an Elder Scrolls player. I'm a Skyrim player. I don't know the Elder Scrolls lore. I don't pretend to. This foppish, callow youth here.
Yes, Bolin speaks much about the war and the Stormcloaks, but he knows who provides.
You're the Jarl, you little pipsqueak. I'm looking for work.
Work? I demand tribute before you can be considered for any real tasks. How about drink? None of that local piss. Real Blackbriar mead, fresh from Riften.
I'll bring it to you, my
You
Jarl.
better. I hate people who waste my time. Come and see me again sometime. I might have some use for you.
Yeah. He's a spoiled brat. Well, now, at least, we can fast travel. At least as far back as Riverwood. So we'll do that. And it's 7 in the P of the M.
Here's to friendship. A gift. If you don't like it, too bad. We're a small village, but we work hard and take care of our own. Until next time.
What did she just say to me? Maybe she wasn't talking to me. Maybe she wasn't talking to me at all. She said something about a gift of friendship, and if you don't like it, too bad. I don't know exactly what
Orgnar.
that dialogue...
Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not
You're that
to.
visitor, Ben. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. The ale is going bad. We need to get a new batch.
Delphine is a hard case.
Did you hear me?
As far as Delphine's concerned, you can
Ale's
find your
going
way to your
bad.
own damn room.
I get...
Okay, 7, let's just go to 7 in the morning. I don't like working at night. I only like to really work in the day as much as possible. So you'll see me
You don't have potatoes in your ears after all.
resting and,
Just make sure we get a fresh batch in.
and waiting for daylight. Just because I like daylight, but oh, it's a rainy day. Okay, that's it. Tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, next session, we will head on to Whiterun. Now, we're not really going to go to what, never mind, won't talk about it. Tomorrow, we'll continue.